Hi, welcome to In a Pickle Knitting, Vlogtober Day 12. So today is October 12th, 2018. My name is Donna. Welcome to this short little vlog about a children's literature book that's seasonal. This one actually is not entirely seasonal, but it has a seasonal look on the front. And then we'll have a craft at the end. So today's book is a rather serious book for a serious topic. It's called The Fall of Freddie the Leaf, and then the subtitle, A Story of Life for All Ages. And this was written by Leo Buscaglia, and he's written a lot of books and done a lot of things. He passed away before 2000 sometime. This is the 20th anniversary edition of this book, and it is a story of life and the entire cycle of life told through Freddie the Leaf. And he relates all the happiness that all the things that he likes, being a leaf on the tree, watching the children play, having older people sit beneath him and enjoy the shade. And he gets a lot of his questions answered about life and why things are the way they are by another leaf on the tree named Daniel. And it goes through the cycle where at the very end Freddie falls off the tree. But of course, while that is the end, it's also the beginning. There's lovely photography throughout the book, and just all tree related. So this book would be especially helpful to someone who has suffered permanent loss. Whether they be a child or an adult, but it certainly is a book that you could use with children to discuss a difficult concept. So not a very happy note, but also a book that has a lot of value and that does go with the season of fall heading into winter if you think of life as seasonal. So our craft today is going to be these little, I can get them up there, right there, little felted acorns. And here's one. Here's another. I have a double here. If you can hear in the background, my grandson's supposed to be taking a nap. Some days he doesn't, but sings and talks to himself for a while, so hopefully I won't actually be interrupted, but I have the monitor in here, so you may hear him. Here's another. I like this one with that long stem on it. So I don't felt. I have done no felting, but I've wanted to learn to felt. Oh dear. And so a while back I ordered this needle felting kit off of Amazon, and I can't give you the specific manufacturer because there isn't any of that information on here. It did have this kit, so if you can see that on the screen, and in it are some tools. This is a multiple needle tool, and I've broken one. Some finger guards, which are absolutely required for me. Another little holder for needle, extras, and some scissors. And so it was a very nice little kit. And I believe that it also, I can't remember if I ordered this separately or if this came with it, but it's a little mat, and it looks dirty there, but that's actually just wool from working the little acorns on here with the needles. And I also ordered a bag, it says Discovering DIY, of 60 different little colors of wool roving, and each one is about 3 grams, I think, if I remember correctly. So it's just a variety of colors. And I've had this, and I had practiced on a couple of them trying to, I don't even remember what I was trying to make, just maybe trying to do it at all. I don't think I was trying to make something. But then when I saw this project, I think I saw them on Pinterest, and then I went to YouTube and watched several tutorials, and there's some really good ones there. And I compiled, for me, just different techniques that I saw. I combined the needle felting just to get it started with the wet felting. And I am, of course, no expert because these are the first things I've ever made. So learning from me isn't really an alternative. But if you would check out YouTube, just type in felted acorns and you come up with a lot of tutorials. But I did do some this morning with my grandson because there are steps that he can do. One method had you putting them in a little container and shaking it. Of course, he could do that. And there's also some rolling, and he can do that. So I did have him work with me, but I of course can't let him do that, the needle felting where you're pushing with that pin. In fact, or a needle, whatever it is, it's a barbed needle. And I poked myself twice through the leather hand protector. So I tend to do things like that when I am doing something that, like, you don't have to think about it, you're just doing repetitive. My mind starts to wander and all of a sudden I've poked myself. I do the same thing if I'm knitting garter stitch. All of a sudden I'll have done 12 rows and I'm supposed to do 6 because my mind starts thinking about something else, and the physical act of what I'm doing continues. And that only happens when I'm doing something that's just repetitive. And that is kind of repetitive, which is relaxing. It's fun to do, but I'm dangerous with sharp objects. So if you don't want to stay for that part, really you won't miss a thing, because although you can watch us do it, but it's really not missing anything if you just leave now. And I hope I'll see you back again tomorrow. Bye-bye. All right, we're going to try and do this together today to make those little felted acorns. And I'm going to tell you that for me, I watched several videos on YouTube on how to make these. Just search felted acorns and you come up with a number of tutorials. Those people know what they're doing. I don't, but I watched several and compiled some of their strategies. And I'm going to show you what ended up working for me. And Cooper's going to help because part of this can be done by him. Now what I combined was needle felting and wet felting. And the only reason I did the needle felting was it sped up the process a bit where I could get the ball more compacted before we started really felting.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about making those acorns. Remember I showed them to you? And I said, we have some acorn caps here. We will hot glue our finished felted balls into them, but they have to dry, so it won't be until tomorrow that we can actually glue those in, okay? So what I want you to do, Cooper, is pick one of these colors that you want to make an acorn.
Me, I'm going to.
You like that color?
Yeah.
You sure that's the one you want? Okay, that's a good acorn color, actually. Let me help. Got it? You did. Okay, pull it out. This is the wool roving. I ordered this kit on Amazon and it had 60 different colors in it. So we're not going to open 2, we're just going to open the 1. And it doesn't take all of this to make one, the size that we're making. Can I smell it?
That smells like
What does it smell like?
yarn.
Like yarn because it's made of wool. This is wool right off the sheep. So I'm going to just separate out some because I know from the ones I've made I don't need that much. And then we have to draft it out a little bit. Maybe we could just put these on the floor for now. What do you think? So they won't be in our way?
Let's put it on the floor.
Those can stay up here because we don't want to step on that.
Let's make a...
Cooper, let me show you how to draft it out and see if you can draft some. You just pull gently to get the fibers to start loosening up.
Okay.
Okay, so you do that part and I'll do this part. Yeah, you did it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with a piece like that, and it needs to be rolled into a really tight ball, and I can add more to it if the ball doesn't get small enough, fast, or tight enough, or I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Can you roll yours into a ball?
No.
No?
It's not like a snowman.
It's not like a snowman. This is not like the Play-Doh we were using either, is it?
Look.
So I'm going to add some more. Remember when you felt it, things get smaller, so you have to make it bigger than you expect. But I have a lot of acorn caps, so I have different sizes. Our acorns are fairly large.
Look, I pull. them.
Okay. Well, we still have plenty more, don't we?
We need to break them though. How do you make an acorn?
We first need to make a ball like this.
Yeah.
So this is the type ball that I've
In
made.
the water.
We are going to dip it, but not yet. Now, Cooper, this is the part that kids can't do at all, okay? Because I have something very, very sharp in here. That's how I cut my finger.
Really?
This sharp thing went right through this little leather sleeve, and this came with the kit, and very useful for me because I've hit my finger several times. Okay, so you're gonna watch, but you're not gonna touch, right? Just watch. And you just stab.
Yeah, dab it.
No, honey, remember what I said? It's very sharp.
I could dab.
I know. When you get bigger, or maybe I can get you a littler one that isn't quite so sharp.
Okay.
Okay? But right now,
Why do you need that?
because I might poke my finger.
You will not.
Oh, I did already. That's why I have a Band-Aid. I poked my finger.
Dough?
It's a leather protector for my finger and my thumb. So I'm gonna keep doing that until it gets, and I'll show you what it's gonna get like. That works. Okay, now you ready to do the next part?
I'm going to do that.
Are you ready to do the next part?
Yep.
Okay, so the next part, they would have come out about like that. Okay, Cooper, let Nana put it up here. Okay, you want to show it? I think you need to move over a little bit. Yours isn't showing. No, move over this way. Okay, so we're gonna get this wet, and you would use a little bit of hot soapy water to get it wet. This is not hot because it's just lightly warm because he's gonna do it, but you would use hot water and dip it in. Did you get it wet? Okay, let me show you what you do after you get it wet. So Nan will get hers wet too.
Now my
Okay,
hand.
your hand's wet too? That's all right. Squeeze it in there a little bit to get the extra out. Did you squeeze it? Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna do like Play-Doh. We're gonna roll it in our hands to make a ball. And do this with a light touch. You want to start off with a light touch. I tended to start
Look,
off
I'm
with
making a wall.
You're making a ball, and it's a little wet ball of wool. And we're gonna make our acorn out of that. So you do that for a long time. And as it starts to compress more, and because I needle felted it, it is already more compressed, so you can put a little bit more pressure than if you had not done that. If you had not done that, you almost want to start off with it really soft. But watch those tutorials because they'll do better than I am. Okay, so we're gonna do this for a while. How's your ball doing?
Look.
Oh, it's getting really good. Can you do it a little bit more? Okay, now we're gonna do the next step. Oh, perfect.
Smoother.
It is smoother. So we're gonna put it back in this little, and you can do whatever.
Maybe I can want a little more.
Good idea.
So I don't get these little things.
Yeah, it's gonna have some little fuzzy things, but we don't want too many. So if you roll it around a lot, that helps. Okay, now put it in here, and we're gonna do the next step. So you're gonna add a little bit of your, you wanna do it?
Yeah.
A little bit. Oh, that's what, just one more drop. One more drop, not the whole thing. Oh, that's too much. Okay, we're gonna dump a little bit out, okay? So you don't need too much in there, and this would be hot again. And you put the lid on, and now your job is you have to shake. Is water coming out? Just a little bit on the outside. Okay, shake, shake, shake. And that's gonna provide the agitation. So if you know what you wanna avoid when you're knitting to prevent felting, it's abrupt temperature changes and agitation. So this, we're providing agitation, and the hot water is our abrupt temperature change. So we'll do this for a long time, and then you can take them out and squeeze them out. You can roll again until they are the consistency that you want them. Mine probably are nowhere near as hard as they could be. Not like I was making a bead or anything, but perfectly fine, I thought, for the little acorns.
How do you make an acorn?
Like this. And then we're going to kind of squeeze them out and let them dry. The others had to dry overnight.
What do you do?
That's just to help us open it. So, what do you think about making acorns? Is it easy?
A little more water.
You think we need more water?
Yeah. A little more much.
A little more. Okay. Just add a little. That's a lot.
But I need enough so I can make many acorns.
Okay. Go for it. So you can make a whole bunch of these and then get to the shaking stage where you're just shaking it. And then they get to bounce off of each other too, which is, helps with felting. The other thing that I did with mine, our acorns are not round. They are elongated and rather large.
Maybe
and so,
I can add a little more water.
I think it's enough. And so what I did was I have the ball shape, but I did a little bit of rolling like this just before I set them down to dry, and it just elongated them enough, more of an oval shape, which is what is going to fit better in my caps.
Maybe a little drop.
A little drop more? Okay, let's do a little drop more. That's what you call a drop? That's a lot. It's too much.
Maybe we can add that.
All right, shake, shake, shake.
That a mush.
Ooh, that did spray. Maybe this isn't totally tight. Okay, try it again. Is that the best part of the
May
job?
you help me?
What was the best part of the job of making acorns?
All of it and all of it and all of that.
Okay, the whole thing was good?
Let me have that yarn.
Okay, you want
I'm
some
going to
more?
make that into an acorn.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of the roving.
Oh, look. It's rolled.
Oh, okay, well, I have something in here you might be able to try. It's not, oh no, that one's sharp. I thought that wasn't
I
so
need
sharp,
to
sorry.
do that thing to make
Oh,
it.
I have something you can felt with. Okay, first you need to make this into a ball.
May you help
We'll just
me?
do it like that. Okay, now you can felt it.
May I have that thing to keep my hand not to get poked?
Yes. It might be a little bit big. Okay. Okay. Well, you can hold it with these fingers. Now poke. There you go. You're doing it. Now when you get bigger, we can use a sharper one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Fun, fun. Okay, say goodbye.